All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 823. I'm your host, GBD, here on Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who hopefully read a lot more gaming news than I did in the last 2 weeks, Wombat.
I don't know if I read anything. I probably
Audiobook?
saw things. Yeah, audiobook.
Audiobook, your video game news.
I get Game Informer on audiobook.
I get Game
Nice.
Informer in an IV drip
Nice.
at my mall. I have a vitamin B12 drip and Game Informer.
Yeah.
Isn't Game Informer out of business?
No,
They're back.
They're back.
That's the news.
Nice.
People, they were bought by the people who worked there.
Right. I think we reported on this already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
It was
Yeah,
like
it's in the latest
dropout
issue of
situation.
Game Informer.
Has it come out yet?
I don't know.
Have they
I don't
made
work
more?
there.
Have they informed us on the games?
Have you checked your local newsstand for it?
I have not. I'm sure they will inform me on games as soon as I'm ready to be informed.
So wait, let me just see. If I go to GameInformer.com, do I see like news of the day?
Sure you'll
I
see
do.
something.
It's a blog, and it says the magazine is
Hey!
back. Okay,
Nice.
and there's an ad for Hulu, so that's probably a good sign that they're making money.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Then, how's everybody doing?
I see from this new view, though, you can see that I have a hole in my ceiling where
we didn't know that was a hole until you
Right.
told us.
Well,
Yeah,
it's an outlet hole that I just need to put the cover back over. But now I feel like I have to finish that project.
Good luck. Are we gonna have to delay the start of the show now? More?
Yeah, I'll just do it in the background while you guys are talking about TV shows. I can just be finishing the outlet in my ceiling.
Right.
That's fair.
For those of us who are watching us in video form, Shipwreck has a new camera angle because I noticed that Shipwreck's head was very small in the frame compared to myself and Wombat, and Shipwreck has the most hair out of all of us, and
That
so
is
it's
true.
just upsetting the balance of skin to screen ratio. So we
Mhm.
needed to do something about it, and we did.
What Cheapy is saying is that he does not like my new haircut.
I don't know. I'm not saying that at all. It looks good. It looks good. Like that's a good. Give me that angle again. Give me that angle again. That's a good angle right there.
Okay, I'll just
That's the
stay
money
like
angle.
this. I'll just sit like this the whole time.
It looks really natural. That's your headshot right there with the microphone. Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, so everybody enjoy Shipwreck's larger head now. You can check out the beard. The beard is looking pretty good. You got a beer going also. What are you drinking? People like to know what you're drinking.
I am just drinking I think it's a Mad Tree Psychopathy.
Sure.
That's which one it is.
It sounds like it's poison.
Yes, I nailed it. I see that the can is hiding back behind that G.I. Joe vehicle. So,
Right. Which vehicle is that? That's pretty big.
I think that's what was that thing called?
Truckosaurus.
Right, like the General or something. I forget what that thing's called. It's very big.
You should know
Very
this.
big. I should know this. I do know this.
Right.
I just was not ready for this pop quiz right at this moment.
Right.
I
It's the
believe
new
it's
angle.
Hot shot.
It's the General, I think.
Right. The new angle was done at the very last second. That's why we started late. So thank you if you hung in there. Thank you for hanging in there. And if you didn't, you just lost out on a lot of great live entertainment for free.
Seriously.
You have to wait a whole 2 hours to watch it
Get
again.
with it.
Anyway, anything exciting going on besides your awesome haircut? Which is, why are you making those faces?
Trying to think if I have anything
Oh.
awesome.
I thought you were having a
Anything
stroke.
Awesome? No, nothing is awesome.
How's Orange Theory going? We haven't talked about Orange Theory in a minute.
It's going well. I'm wearing my Mayhem t-shirt.
We can't
that I
see.
earned.
Stand up.
I know. I'm like,
T out, it says. That's not what it says. All out, it says.
It says all out and game on. Yeah, I
Nice.
guess I could stand up. Here, wait.
Right. Mayhem is another one of those things that's another thing like Hell Week where you pay extra. You basically pay for a t-shirt, but they only give it to you if you show up for these certain number of classes, like a 4 out of 7, I think, or something like that. Am I right about Mayhem, Wombat?
It was 4 out of 7. I was gonna say 4 out of 6, but that doesn't seem like enough.
But isn't that a cool business idea that you sell somebody a t-shirt, but they can't get it unless they come?
Yeah, exactly. Here's for $15, we'll give you a t-shirt, but
you have to come to 4 classes out of 7.
But I would say Orange Theory is going well. I'm under my goal weight,
Right.
so it's all that. I'm down.
Is that your fighting weight?
I'm down to my fighting weight,
Great.
my wrestling weight.
That's
yeah,
next.
From 2 years ago last week, because that was when I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, if you don't do something, you're going to die. I'm down 93 pounds.
Nice.
I feel like that's a pretty good shtick for a doctor, just for everybody that shows up and if you don't do something, you're gonna die.
If you don't do something, you're gonna die.
To be fair, she was super blunt, and she looked me square in the face and said, "Do you see these numbers?" I'm like, "Yeah," because she's like, I did my blood work. She showed me all the numbers. We walked through the chart.
All zeros.
Like, yeah. She's like, your blood at this point is 70% gravy.
Is that what she didn't say that?
No, she didn't.
That's fun. Nice. All right. Well, that's great.
Awesome, though.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So yeah, I'm down to wait. Let's see. Wait, guess my weight.
I'm not going to guess your weight. I'm not some kind of carnival barker.
Yes, you are.
168.
160. What do you think, Chip?
That's too high, probably.
I was going to go. I don't know. I was thinking one.
How tall are you? Like 5'3"?
5'5".
Oh, it's close. Sorry.
It's close.
I'm going to go one.
I was kidding.
It's not that crazy.
160.
Okay. Are those your final answers?
No, I want to do 159.
150, fine. Well, that by default, Cheapy wins.
155. It's probably it.
Yeah, no, 146.
Shit.
Wow.
Nice.
That you are in featherweight.
After the gym, I weigh 144.
Wow. That is light. That's pretty light.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to go too much lighter than this, right? Like that seems like
I have no intention on going any lighter than I am now. It doesn't mean
you're just going to blow away.
Won't happen, but yeah, no.
Now you lift heavy. Now that's what happens.
Yeah, that's what the coach said too. It's like you should be lifting heavier.
When they say that?
When he asked how much more do you want to lose, and I said I think I've lost all I can, and he goes, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and he was
nice.
Like, you should be lifting heavier.
Nice.
So yeah, no, it's a conversation, but I got guns now, so.
In the closet?
Huh? Guns in my closet, nice.
That's great. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there.
That's good. Great update.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
I don't have any update. I still
go.
Be
able to see how thin my head looks. This isn't a 160
that we can
face.
see. We can definitely see how. Well, we usually don't think of men weighing under 150 pounds.
Under 150 pounds.
Yeah,
I know, it's weird for me too.
Right. Like your son probably weighs more than you now, right?
No, he's 120.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was around.
He's taller than me though. So
that one, like I was around 140 pounds in like high school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, and I was 5'11" or so, but
right.
You were running track.
I was nonstop moving at all times.
Yes, but my son was running track and he lost a lot of weight.
Yep.
By the way, the coach at Orange Theory told me the same thing you told me, Ship, about running with the eggshells in your hands.
Yep. Loosen up.
Yep. Like, yeah. I think she says those things when she looks at me and sees my body like all like super tense when I'm running. She's like really giving me instruction. That's what I think. Anyway, should we do some show feedback?
Yeah, let's do some show feedback. Lancer X916, and I guess this goes into Gaming Sheepish's comment as well. They're a couple. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how Wombat, who I believe went to collage and studied film, got a job with an entertainment agent, knows a ton about movies, TV shows, and comics, but then ignores cutscenes in video games. He clearly likes stories since he watches and reads different media, but ignores the stories in video games. What makes a story being told in a video game different from those in other media? Some of the best stories I've encountered have been from video games. And then Gaming Sheepish says he believes they are inferior and not worth his time. He is, of course, incorrect and only doing himself an injustice.
That's a bot made by the game industry, I feel.
Seriously.
The second guy.
Jesus. You guys need to lighten up. That's all I had to say about those guys.
Well, what do you say to
you
these
watch
things?
all movies and fast forward as well?
It's not that I don't watch any cutscenes. I will skip a cutscene if it starts to go on for too long, because if the game is good, I want to play the game. And that is the primary thing of that medium, is playing the game. Watching a movie is you're sitting down to watch a movie. I know what I'm doing in that situation. That's going to be an hour and a half to 3 hours, I guess, of me sitting there watching. Playing a game is going to be an hour and a half to 3 hours of hopefully me playing, not watching. And there are great stories in video games, but the best stories in video games are told by playing them, not by watching them. And that might be what those two guys don't understand, is that video games as a storytelling medium are best when experienced, not when watched. It's not an outside medium, it's an inside medium. And when your game story can only be told via cutscenes, then that game doesn't have a good story by definition.
So you are against video game cutscenes, lengthy video game cutscenes, just as a general...
Because it's lazy game making. It's a shortcut to telling your story without telling your story via gameplay. And if you can't tell your story via gameplay, I don't think it's a story worth telling in a video game. That's what I think. I'm not saying there are no exceptions to the rule, because there's always an exception. There's always going to be something like, what about this? And I'll be like, sure, that was fine. But I think the best games and the best stories in games are told through the game itself, like a Portal. I think Portal has the best story in all of video games of all time. Portal 1 and Portal 2 tell the best story.
Sure.
And that's all done through play.
Well, it's all based upon one mechanic, though, right? Like your whole story is just based around a video game mechanic, and I think that's what you like. Like you like BioShock, right?
Yeah,
that's another same thing where all of the storytelling is built around the game mechanics that you're doing.
Yeah, it's built around the game.
You like the immersive built in. The story is telling you why it's a video game.
Exactly. Even Skyrim and Oblivion do that as well. You know, it's mostly play. It's mostly play. There's no there's a cutscene at the very beginning of
dude, you stand there and you hit A bunch when you're talking to people. Come on. Like that, is that not counting as a cutscene when you're doing that? That's active gameplay.
That's A. That's A. Now let me get back to the cave. And then it's like, okay, I know why I'm in the cave. And then you do it. I'm saying, I feel like better than a
action movies. You like action movies, and a lot of that is a similar type of thing of where the story isn't told during the action. It's told in the we're gonna walk through a hallway here and talk for a few minutes to tell you why we're gonna go do the action.
That's not necessarily true either. I would say the best action movies tell the story through the action, like a John Wick or the Matrix.
There's no story to John Wick.
Sure there is. They killed his dog. He's out for revenge. Or the Matrix, or, you know, something else with Keanu Reeves in it. Terminator 2.
I don't think you need to compare the video games and movies either, really, because they're two separate.
No, it's not a comparison.
Right.
It's two very different styles of medium. But I'm just saying that the best video game stories are told through the game.
Is a book, in your mind, is that an inside media or an outside media?
That's a good question. I'd have to think about that.
Max Payne, I feel like.
I want to say that's an inside media because you're immersing yourself in the story. I don't know. I have to think about that. I also should probably read more. But, you know, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other conversation.
I have to remember what it feels like to read a book.
I don't even know what reading a book is like.
I'm reading the book about Facebook. From the whistleblower book. I'm almost done.
Okay.
I'm at the very end of it.
That sounds depressing.
Careless people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is depressing, actually. Yeah, it is.
It sounds depressing. I wouldn't want to read that.
It turns out that movie depiction of Zuckerberg seems to be pretty accurate, I guess. Or kind.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good. It's okay, actually. It's not the greatest book. Anyway, should we do Watch This Jerks?
Sure. This has been a weird couple of weeks for me because I started a lot of things but didn't finish them. Usually I finish things, but, you know, life.
I watched this first one that you got on here.
Oh, you watched Apartment Q?
Yeah, we watched the first episode.
The first episode is the best episode.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So if you didn't like the first episode, you probably won't like the show.
I liked it. I'm just trying to think of Mrs. Chibi's been... We've been watching a lot of shows, and Mrs. Chibi's been noping out after the first episode lately. And I'm wondering if that's going to happen here.
So with Department Q, I don't want to spoil. The first episode has a lot of fun stuff in it that I don't want to spoil for people.
It's not that fun. In fact, it's kind of dark. And
it's a very dark show about a police detective in Scotland.
I think
Ireland?
so. Scotland. I'm pretty sure it's Scotland.
It's Scotland.
But don't give away any of the plot points. But suffice to say, just like in real life, people have problems. And in this movie and in this show, like there are serious problems that people are dealing with that are not funny at all. But the show tries to make jokes too. Show tries to be funny and clever, which it is. But there's also these serious problems that are going on. And you're like, am I supposed to laugh or?
My problem with the show is the same problem I had with Mindhunters, right? That was the name of that show?
Yeah, about the dawn of like criminal profiling.
When they're doing the criminal profiling and the mystery stuff,
that
show is awesome.
Right.
When I have to watch 30 minutes about the guy's kid, I do not care.
Right.
I don't care about your kids. I don't care about your wives. I don't care about your mother-in-laws. I want to see you solve mysteries.
How many episodes of this did you watch?
I think maybe 4 or 5.
Okay. Are you gonna finish the season or?
I might. It's like it sort of drags. Again, it's a little. It's not enough solving the mystery. Because I don't think solving the mystery takes as long as they wanted the season to be.
Yeah.
Where maybe they could have just done 2 mysteries. Like solve 2 mysteries. It's like solve 2 mysteries then.
Yeah.
Instead of, showing me how you're dealing with your ex-wife. I get it. I guess there are people that are into that. It's just not my thing.
It seems really smart and well done, but like I will probably watch another episode at least. I know another show that we watched that I didn't put on here, but one of these where we watched 1 episode and Mrs. Chibi was like, no, is that John Hamm show, the new John Hamm show.
Okay, yeah.
Friends and Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the first episode was all right, but Mrs. Chibi thought it was pretty corny and cheesy. And
did you watch? I didn't put it on here, but my wife and I started it this week and we liked it. Was The Studio, the Seth Rogen
I want to watch it because it looks really good and it's well reviewed, and I like Seth Rogen, and I like even the topic of like Hollywood, like a satire of Hollywood. But Miss Chibi not interested. It's again like she doesn't like Seth Rogen. I got to do that on my own time, and I don't think I will really.
Oh well,
but it seems good. It's good, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very clever. There's a joke, and I saw it coming before my wife did, and I'm like, this is very funny. She's like, I don't know what you find funny. I'm like, just wait for it. It's gonna be really funny.
I'll be watching this show in basically YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reel form in various clips and behind the scenes footage, but not really probably anymore. And then
good show.
Thinking about, we should watch this, and yeah.
You know what else I've been watching is the second Gilgo Beach murders documentary that they put on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
This one is produced by 50 Cent.
He's producing a lot of documentaries.
I know him.
Yep.
From the video game.
From the video game, yes. The one and the same.
Good game.
He's now
it told its story through the gameplay.
It did tell its story through the gameplay. 100% it did, and that game was great.
Those are, I mean, by the way, I agree with that point that I do prefer those games where.
So I do too.
Especially like if it's an action game. There's a really, there's a place for like an 8 to 10 hour game that can tell its story that way. They don't really exist too much anymore, but
no, like
I like those games.
You want to keep them, keep you moving forward, keep you interested, keep that adrenaline going.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why the new Doom game, I keep starting and stopping.
Too much story.
Too much story in between. Like I don't even know. Like I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're wearing a giant robe. I don't know
Doom
what
guy.
It's not even Doom guy. It's like, and we've got to send down the troops, and they're coming in there.
That guy.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care what you have to say.
Love
this
that
is
guy.
A waste of time and money. This is a waste. You could have, the money spent on this cutscene could have been like another 15 minutes of a level, and we all would have been happier. But instead, religious something. We got
he seems cool.
Religious parallel. Oh, look how smart we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Is anyone really going to complain if there's not enough cutscenes in a Doom game? I feel like that's no one's complaint.
But that's literally my point. It's like, why? Why is that even there? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Who's watching? Finishes that game going, I came for the gunplay, but I stayed for the religious allegory.
Right.
Yeah. No one's doing that. And if you are, you're a liar. But anyway, Gilgo Beach documentary. The Netflix one is better. So if you've seen that, you don't need to watch the Peacock one, but it's always this is the one that has the interview with the wife and the daughter.
Okay. I don't need that. I don't need that. I had enough.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Well,
I'm like waiting for the trial. I can't believe that trial hasn't started yet. They're like dragging their feet on this trial. They're kind of like, what's going to happen?
Making as many documentaries as they can.
Right. It's big business.
They're squeezing out all the juice.
The longer
as many documentaries as you possibly.
Like they still have did Dropout do a documentary on this yet?
Oh my goodness!
Like they're just gonna go around to all the different streaming services.
Yeah, there'll be just a bunch of improv comics going, "Hey, body on the beach, woo!"
No.
All
right, what else we got here? Oh, it's me. I saw a documentary. I guess this is a movie though. I put it under TV. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't have. Okay. Are we on the? There's a Predator TV show.
There's a Predator. It's a bunch of shorts.
Is it anime?
It's the animated shorts. It's not anime. It's anime. It's anime. Oh. I've watched the first 2 of I think it's like 3 or 4, maybe 3.
What's he up to these days?
It's like throughout history. So the first one, it's the Predator fighting Vikings, and the second one, he fights a samurai. Yeah.
Those are 2 parts of history. That fighting.
Pilgrims? Did he fight any pilgrims?
That might be the third one. So
did he fight any Amish people? Maybe Quakers? Did people know? Just like that'd be a good episode. They're just killing defenseless people.
Exactly. That's what the Predator does. He goes, "Oh, these guys have no guns. I'm just gonna
come back later.
I'm gonna shoot a laser at that guy's head." And it's not bad. It's not great. I think some people like it a lot more than I do. I really liked Prey. And I'm looking forward to the next.
There's another one coming out, right?
Yeah, there is another one coming out. I'm looking forward to that.
What's that one called?
Would be, I'm a fan of the Predator franchise, but this is just, I'm lukewarm on this. So, as you can tell by the fact that I haven't finished it. I am watching more Game Changer on Dropout, and that is continuously a masterpiece of television.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Masterpiece.
I watched the Beatles 64 documentary. I finally got around to watching that.
Oh, okay.
Because I finally got around to updating my Disney Plus to let me watch mature content.
Nice.
On Disney Plus. So I watched
watch the Predator thing on there.
Oh, is that on Disney Plus as well?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to watch that. I really have no interest whatsoever in that.
How is Beatles
specifically that
animated Predator?
Right. I don't have that checks no boxes for me.
Right.
But I'm glad you watched some of that in that.
Right.
Filled some time for you.
Right.
How was the Beatles? How were the Beatles?
Oh, they were fine. They were doing well. I mean, it's all just like backstage type of
found footage.
Yep. Yeah. So
but it's perfect.
There's not really much of a story arc to it at all.
No.
I liked it though.
Yeah, it's cool. My kids watched it as well. They were okay about it.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'd be like, I don't understand why.
Emmeline really liked it because it's got a lot of the just girls and ladies just completely freaking out the entire time.
Yeah.
And that really entertained her. As far as what were these women thinking and doing? What is causing this?
Right.
And then did you lean over and go, most of those women are dead now.
They were so horny back then, and now they're dead. They're dust now.
They just exploded. Like in Scott Pilgrim. That's how I linked it together. I remember when the ex-girlfriend in Scott Pilgrim exploded due to the orgasm.
Right.
Same thing happened to every woman in this film.
Right.
Yep.
Also Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis could do that.
Elvis could do that.
Oh, I thought you were saying Elvis died by explosive orgasm.
No, he died, I think, drug overdose on the toilet or something.
He had a heart attack on the toilet.
Heart attack on the toilet.
Yeah.
He was constipated from all the drugs and he had a heart attack.
Yeah, he's pushing too hard.
Too hard.
Yeah, and peanut butter and banana sandwiches clog you up.
Peanut butter, banana sandwiches, and amphetamines do not mix.
I saw the documentary about Astroworld tragedy. It's called Trainwreck Astroworld Tragedy, I believe is what it's called.
Travis Scott?
Yes. That was his festival in Houston?
Europe?
Houston or
Houston.
Dallas. It was probably Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Probably Houston.
Astros? That makes
home
sense?
of the Astrodome.
Yeah, Astroworld. Yeah.
Astroworld.
They did it. That's where they did it, in like the parking lot there, I think. And if you remember, like a bunch of people died because they got crushed. They got crushed to death basically in the crowd because fucking assholes engineered the whole fucking performance. So like, it was actually I thought it was a pretty good documentary, and it shows you like these festivals are potentially very dangerous depending on how competent the people are who are putting them together, and your life is basically in their hands. And you got to be careful, I guess, is the takeaway, because like it was like 10 people died or something horrible. It's a lot of people, and it just seems like a horrible way to die, and could have been easily avoided. Like, I don't want to ruin the plot of the movie.
I'm not watching that. That's depressing.
It's depressing, but it's just, I learned to like just not like I'm going to a lot of festivals.
Don't go to concerts?
No.
Okay, I'm in.
I mean, I saw Fatboy Slim. That was like a concert. I wasn't going to get crushed to death there. It was only
I wanted to see one concert. It sold out before pre-sale.
Which one was that?
I wanted to see the live orchestra that plays along to Jaws.
Where was that going to be?
At the Tillis Center.
Oh, you couldn't get in on that? You could scalp that shit on SeatGeek.
I know. That's what I'm going to have to do. But I'm bummed that, I have to do that. They're only doing one performance.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We also we had some flat throwback movie nights. We watched Silence of the Lambs in 4K. Ty wanted to see that, so we watched that.
Had he not seen it before?
He had not seen it before.
What did he think of Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. He liked it a lot. It was great. It holds up great. I was expecting the 4K to add, and like maybe it doesn't have HDR. I don't know. I didn't really notice. That didn't add much to it. I don't think.
I mean, it was made in 1990.
Yeah, I know. I just sometimes
it's not like they were, filming for HDR and 4K. They didn't know that was going to exist.
No, I know. I don't know why it is, why I felt that way, but maybe it always just looked good and it just couldn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Demme, right? Yeah. Jonathan Demme is a master.
Yeah.
He's a master filmmaker.
It was really cool, and definitely like, all the all the close-ups are definitely very interesting. And I think
they filmed that at the University of Pittsburgh.
I think Ty enjoyed it.
Well, parts of
I did too.
At the University of Pittsburgh. Yes.
I also watched this next thing on here, and I'm interested to talk about it with you.
The Led Zeppelin documentary.
What was that called?
It's called I want to say like Becoming Led Zeppelin.
That's it.
That's what it's called.
Chip, you didn't watch that? You don't care for Led Zeppelin at all?
I am indifferent to Led Zeppelin. Like, I'm not going to turn their music off if it's on. But it's not like a band that I'm a little younger than you, the two of you. So Led Zeppelin.
You're not that much younger. Let's
well, but you're an old soul.
Hold your horses there.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin was done making albums
than I am.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
But let's hear about Led Zeppelin.
I thought it was a very good documentary. I know Chibi feels differently than me.
I felt they deserved a lot better tribute / documentary than what they got. It just seemed like the production on it just seemed like it was just these guys. It was all of them in a chair individually. I guess these guys hate each other.
Wait, you wanted them in a chair together?
I wanted them.
They're not going to talk together.
They don't talk together. Okay,
they don't talk together. They don't talk at all. That was sort of the hook, is that you rarely see them do any interviews about Led Zeppelin
right.
They don't talk about it.
Right.
So to get them together to talk about it is why you're watching this documentary.
That part was interesting.
If you don't care about that, then you're not going to care.
No, I did learn, like you did, I did learn stuff that both John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page were both like studio musicians. Like
I didn't know I didn't know that whole thing either. I didn't know they played on all those Donovan records. I thought that was pretty cool because I love those Donovan records, and I had no idea that was Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones playing on them.
Right.
So yeah, that was really cool. It was really interesting, the whole thing with like that house that Jimmy Page was living in when he was a studio musician, that one on the lake, was crazy. That house was so nice. And while he was doing that, Robert Plant was homeless.
Right. And like he was like a homeless hippie who is pro weed and doing like very active and openly pro weed everything. Yeah, demonstrations. Like, and they sort of glossed over it. That like they were like they showed a picture of it and they're like, don't mention this or something. You know, like it's just like, well, wait a minute, we're not going to talk about that. Like, just went right by that. I don't know. It just. To me, like they're a really epic band, and when you look at the albums that they put out, like some of these albums, like every song is a home run.
Yes,
right. It's just like 9 songs. It's just like how you know
the first 5 albums probably,
and that's just crazy. But
four is the best. It's 4 the best.
You can argue.
You can argue, like you can go either way. But I
mean,
feel
4's got Stairway on it, so that's always going to be the.
And the biggest problem, one of the other problems that I had with this documentary is that it ends like when 2 comes out. I think, right?
Yeah. That's why it's called Becoming.
I understand that, but like it just like the whole feel I got watching the documentary like was not epic. Like there was no.
So what I heard was, because the whole thing is centered around the interviews.
Yeah.
Is that after talking about Led Zeppelin 2, they all got bored, basically. They were like, okay, we've done enough interviews, and they left. And they didn't want to talk about it anymore, and that was the end of it. That's what I heard. So that's why the documentary didn't go on any longer than that. Oh my God. They didn't want to talk about it.
That's what it seems like. That's like literally the movie ends, and you're like, what happened? Did they run out of money? Because like you didn't get to any of like their fame really. Like they were just becoming popular.
Yeah, there should be a part 2 and probably a part 3. Like you need and now they're huge.
You need a lot.
This is like the band being huge, and then there's and then what happened after Led Zeppelin ended. Yes, there should be a part 2 and a part 3, and I would very much like to see a part 2 and a part 3.
Did you see the David Bowie documentary, or the movie documentary called
The Moon Age Daydream?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that one. That one's good. I don't like it as much as some people do.
Okay, like that one just seemed more like epic. Well,
that one is like it's all interviews cut together. It's like a whole. That's like
I think I just like the production better on that one. And also one thing that I hate and I like almost like unforgivable is that, I mean, not like they owe us anything, but in the Led Zeppelin one, you're clearly watching concert footage that's not matching with the audio. Like they're presenting something that didn't happen. Like, and I'm like, you can't do that and not say that you're doing it. Like, how am I going to trust the other stuff in the documentary if you're just showing me shit that's not real? So I didn't like that either. That being said, if you have Netflix, you can just watch it on there, and there's good music in it.
Decide for yourself.
If the music wasn't in it, this thing was unwatchable. Basically, let's put it that way.
I would give it a solid B+. I feel like you would give it like a C. So, which is fine. We don't have to agree on everything.
Sure.
Yeah. If we're going to have disagreements, it might as well be on Led Zeppelin documentaries.
How did you enjoy Robert Plant's head?
It's gigantic.
No, the thing on his head.
What about, you mean his hair?
Yeah.
This poodle hair?
That was like, dude, you're like
that for forever now.
But it looks ridiculous on an 80-year-old person.
I know.
If no one thinks that's real, it looks like you're just like a rug got attached, like literal rug got attached to the back of your head. And I don't know. Anyway, I don't need to make fun of an old person when I'm an old person myself, and I have no hair also.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I know you did. I just wanted more. I thought it was going to be really epic, and I was really excited to watch it. And then I watched it. I even got Mrs. Chibi to watch it, which she doesn't give two shits about Led Zeppelin, and she watched it, and I was just disappointed. That's all.
Sorry.
Anyway,
watch Clue.
I think you mentioned that last time, didn't you?
No, it was between. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like my kids really liked Clue.
The game.
No, the movie.
Well, the movie based upon the.
Oh, you watched it again? Is what you're saying?
No,
they watched it for the first time.
Oh, I watched it liked it
for
Got
like
it.
the 20th time.
Got it.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it. They've been quoting Clue for the last week or so around the house. So,
what are some of the top lines from Clue?
Flames. They do the whole flames thing.
I don't remember the movie.
Yeah, side of my face.
Yeah, heaving flames. There's that. They go around saying communism is a red herring a lot.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they do 1 + 1 + 2 + 1 + 1 +
They get lost on that one, but yes, they try that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, lots of good stuff in Clue.
That movie rocks.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
That movie, yeah, it's a flawless film. Cinematic masterpiece.
I don't know how like I've watched the documentary of the making of Clue as well,
and
it doesn't go into great detail on it, but I don't know how they couldn't have just been cracking up like nonstop.
Oh, I'm sure they were. I'm sure they had a very nice time making that movie. It feels like they had a good time making that movie. It's not a big ego cast.
No, but like they're just constantly like within a foot of each other, like the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, good movie.
Yes, it is.
We also learned between last show and this that Popeye is the most coked up movie set ever. What year was that?
1980.
1979 or 80?
No, it's gotta be 80.
80?
Can't be 79, yeah.
Can't be so. That's way off.
No. I
remember seeing that movie in the theaters.
80, yeah. Me too.
Don't ask me how I remember seeing it.
Dude, that's too young to see that movie. Yeah, that movie's fucking disturbing. I remember
I saw it as a re-release.
The octopus is the scary part of the movie.
The octopus is the scary part, but
I remember not liking the octopus, and I watched that movie also
when
way too many times when I was little.
When Bluto sees red.
Scary.
Yeah.
That scared me as a kid.
Yep.
That was scary as a kid. Mm-hmm.
The whole just look of the movie is a little scary because it's like a shanty town.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Robert Altman directing Popeye is a strange. It is a strange. It would be like a My Little Pony movie directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It's weird.
It's a fucking weird movie. I was 7 when I saw it in the theater. And I don't remember every movie that I saw in the theater, especially like when I was that young. But I distinctly remember thinking that this movie is. I used to watch Popeye, like the cartoon. You know, it was big. You know, everyone likes Popeye. The guy fucking just talks to himself, like train of thought, like mumbling. It's like hilarious. And this movie is fucking like weird and disturbing and scary. It's like all the things that like Popeye is weird in that he talks to himself.
Well, it's a musical as well.
And it's a musical.
With music
and it's
by
sad.
Harry Nilsson.
It was just like, this was not
Popeye's
what I was
dad
expecting.
Is just the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just, it's fucked up. It was fucked up.
Love it.
They
it's like,
it's what formed me into what I am today.
I like that movie a lot too. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying I like that movie a lot.
Right.
That's two different things. It's better than Heart Beeps, I'll tell you that much.
I remember that movie. I saw that in the theater too. And that I just remember thinking this movie sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know what the fuck is happening. Is that it's like some Jack Nicholson?
No. Andy Kaufman.
Oh, it's some robot shit in that one.
Yes, that is the Andy Kaufman, Bernadette Peters.
Yeah, that movie didn't make any fucking sense.
That movie makes no sense.
He did go to the movies a lot. And they didn't have Rotten Tomatoes back then, so you're just like...
And it's like you went to the movies because it was what you did.
Not that many things to do.
Yeah, it was like, oh, what are you going to do? We're going to go to the movies this weekend. What are we going to see? What's playing?
Right.
Like sometimes you didn't even know what was playing. You would just roll up. Be like, what starts next?
Right.
And that's what you would go see. That's how you wind up seeing Ernest Scared Stupid.
I'm all right with that movie as well.
Yeah.
Not it's definitely... It's Clue, then Popeye, and then Ernest Scared Stupid. If I have to rate those three movies.
Where would you rate Caddyshack 2 in that list?
Oh, it's below Ernest Scared Stupid.
That movie is below Ernest.
What about Nothing But Trouble?
That is above Ernest Scared Stupid, just out of the sheer audacity of his existence. And yes, I saw that in the theaters.
I did too. I wanted to leave that one and Caddyshack 2 before it finished, but I did not.
I stayed for all of Nothing But Trouble because I think I was the right age.
I had to see how it ended.
You did?
Yeah. There's this part. That movie is an acid trip of a movie.
Right.
It makes you uncomfortable the entire time you're watching it.
The entire time.
It's pretty amazing. Like just how uncomfortable you are in every scene.
Yes. Because Chevy Chase is good at making you feel like, especially when he's playing like his usual like womanizing like jerk character.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes it automatically uncomfortable.
Everything about that movie is like everything.
Police abusing their power, being helpless.
Demi Moore probably looking better than she's ever looked in any other movie.
Right. Yep. And Dan Aykroyd looking worse than he's
ever looked in any other movie. There's a lot of weirdness in that movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac Shakur is in that movie.
Yes,
Humpty Hump is in that movie too.
Yep.
Humpty Hump. Yep.
Cool Keith, is it the same guy? I think so.
Is it?
Cool Keith. Humpty Hump? No, not the same guy.
No. Okay. I was like, I did not remember that fact.
No.
So
Humpty Hump, he is Shock G was his name. His name wasn't Humpty Hump. His name was Shock G.
His name was Humpty Hump.
No. What? Whose name?
Look, all I know is that he had sex in a Burger King bathroom.
Right.
That's
and he's
where
a freak.
My knowledge begins and my knowledge ends.
Right. I know that he's a freak. He likes the girls with the boom. And like you said, he once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. We got this in the CAG bag. Ederfib wrote in and says, Superman is my favorite superhero character since ever. I've watched the trailer for Superman around 20 times now. It's amazing. It looks like the comic books in movie format. It's the more Superman comic book accurate movie, the most Superman comic book movie accurate movie we'll ever get. I can't wait to see it. In fact, it's the movie that will get me back to a theater after so many years. I was listening to the Howard Stern show today, and they revealed something about the Superman movie that I don't think you know, Wombat. Even you, who probably think you know everything about the new Superman movie, you don't know this.
I'll tell you what, I was going to buy tickets for the early screening of Superman.
Uh-huh.
And I went, and it was going to be for 3. And I'm like, oh, they're here. The tickets, they have the seats that I like and the theater that I like. Yeah. It was going to be $90.
What?
For 3 people to see the movie.
That's crazy.
I know. And I was like, you know what? I think I could wait till that Saturday morning instead. And
wait, so they charge more for the early... Is that what they're doing?
I honestly don't know, or if it was just that expensive. All I know is that it was going to be about $90. It's like $88.78 or something ridiculous. And I was like, you know what?
Fuck that.
I want to see this movie, but I don't want to see it for $80.
Right. Anyway, so what they revealed on Howard today was that James Gunn, the director, is a big fan of the Stern Show. And when he was looking...
fireworks off behind me.
I saw that. He's a big fan of the Stern Show. And when he was looking to sort of figure out what Ma and Pa Kent should sound like, he decided to use Richard Christie, who's one of the guys on the Stern Show, use his parents, the guys from like Kansas. So his parents like call into the show and they're like super hicky. And so here's a preview of what Pa Kent is going to sound like.
Hi, Rich, this is your dad. I hear you coming home Friday, so I've been catching some snapping turtles on the limb line, so we might just have us some fried
Superman's dad.
snapping turtle. And your mother's here, she's stemming gooseberries. Maybe we'll have fried turtle and gooseberry pie. So all good old turtle. So we'll see you then, bub. Bye.
Pretty good, right? So now you know. That's a sneak preview. That's not in any trailer. Now you know what Pa Kent's going to sound like.
I've seen the Kents in the trailer.
Does he say, talk to you later, bub?
No.
Oh, does he see anything? Does he say anything?
He gives the with great power comes a great responsibility speech to
Oh.
Superman in the trailer.
Does he talk like that?
No.
He doesn't? Maybe, that could be like an early version for the trailer.
Maybe.
Or maybe his mom's, but his Richard's mom is really not on the show much, so I don't know. Anyway, I like that. It was funny. Anyway, more important than that, there was a big happening in the video game world. The Nintendo Switch 2 came out, and Shipwreck bought one.
How is it?
It is a bigger Switch. That's pretty much
Okay.
it. It's more powerful. I like that the magnets snap into controllers. That's a lot better feeling than the whole metal slide on plastic feel.
Yeah.
It's really early to tell, right? Like I like everything about it because it's snappier, because it's doing like the interface is exactly the same as a Switch. It just actually like doesn't feel laggy when you're using it.
Right. That's good.
So that's what you're wanting out of the Switch, right? Like
for a sequel.
Right. It's the store is a lot faster. Like it actually feels like you're on the internet when you're using it now.
Right.
The whole like virtual card thing is weird, and I still don't know that I completely like understand what they're going for with all of these, like, oh, it's loading in the virtual card, and like I have a card also, and like it's just weird. Like, and I'm not going to sit there and figure out like, okay, this is a game that's a card and it's an actual on the card, or this is a game with a card that's actually like a download.
Do you have to figure it out? Why do you have to figure it out?
If you wanted to, right?
But does it matter in terms of like the operation of the machine?
Not in terms of the operation, really. I guess maybe it would matter if you were trying to use the same cartridge on, like if you had multiple Switches, which we do have multiple Switch 2s.
But it shouldn't make any difference anyway, right? Because you're still just... So it's got a down. You put the cartridge.
Because it ties the license to your account.
What the fuck is that doing? I thought the whole point was so that you could like you could sell these things.
Well, I don't know. Like it's too early to figure out this stuff. Like Mario Kart is good. We've beaten all the races on Mario Kart. I think we have like 7 more costumes to unlock. The battery life on this thing is not great.
Okay.
Like I would say we're getting about 2 hours or so of battery time, depending on what we're playing.
Right.
So it is
2, huh?
Yeah, I think the official Nintendo stance is like 2 to 7 or something like that. 2 to 6.
That's quite a big window right there.
But I mean, it depends on what you're playing, right? Like how much power you're pulling and that type of thing.
Right.
I did see that there was an update they did because some Switches were like not reporting out the battery correctly. So it was telling you needed charge when it actually had more juice left in it. So I don't know if we had that situation going on or not. I just know we're playing it a lot. Like we got the Mario Kart that came with the one that we pre-ordered, and the whole... Remember when we talked about this and we said it was like Forza Horizon, and I was like questioning, I'm like, they're not gonna touch like Forza Horizon. Like they're not gonna figure this out. They're Nintendo. They're not gonna get
bare bones
Forza Horizon level. And it's exactly that. Like the open world's cool. You can like go to all the different like racetracks, but to actually do the races, you have to exit out of the open world, go to your standard main menu, and then select that, hey, I want to do like a time trial, or I want to do a standard race, or the battle, or whatever kind of race you want to do, right? Whereas all the way back to Burnout Paradise back in, I don't know, 13, 17 years, something ago.
Long time ago,
we figured out like, hey, pull up to a stoplight or a starting line for a race.
You don't have to go into a menu.
Hit a button combination, and then you're racing.
Did you play any Hitman?
I did. I'll talk to that. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Mario Kart, and then I'll move on to Hitman. That said, like the open world stuff, it's got the Nintendo addictiveness to it, right? Like the game itself is fun to play.
Okay.
And
that's good.
The only thing I would say, like, they don't, like, it's got this big map. You've got all these things that, like, these P blocks that you're going around to do different missions and like collectibles and everything. It shows you jack shit on the map, right? Like, it's not like, hey, you've like found something and you've done something in this area. It's like, here's the map. Good luck, everybody.
Right.
You watching all the cutscenes?
There's very few cutscenes, but I understood the story without them.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, I did play. We were sent a code for Hitman. Wombat was, and since I had the Switch 2, he sent it to me. So, thank you for that.
No problem. Yeah, unasked.
I'm sorry. Is this like a new Hitman game, or
it's Hitman? It's like a combination of like Hitman 1, 2, and 3, like Hitman Legacy or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played some of it. I'm really bad at Hitman. Like, Hitman has never been my thing, because
you go wild at one point, like you get caught and you're like, screw it, and you just start shooting everything.
That's pretty much what I do. Like, I like sneak around and I'm like, okay, I've changed costumes like several times here. Hey, look, there's something I can interact with here that's going to be more fun than like actually figuring out how to kill this person without them knowing it's me and getting out of here. So I interact with the things, and then I die, and then I'm like, all right, I've played my Hitman for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
So it runs well enough. It's absolutely huge, like, to download, and then it's got this weird, like, you've got an online save and like a console save, but it's still for the same like single player type thing. But like I started out in online mode, and it's like constantly trying to get to that online save, even if like if I don't have Wi-Fi where I'm at trying to play it. And so it's a weird, like, why is everything so complicated without we have these things set up? It's just weird. And then Mrs. Shipwreck has been playing a ton of Rune Factory, and that one is really good as well. And it's surprising, like, that has a ton of voice acting in it, which is very unusual for me to be like hearing that coming out of a Nintendo Switch. Like, it sounds like actual, like
a real game.
Right? Yeah.
Sweet. They did it.
But Switch 2, yeah. Like, we bought the second one just simply because I was in Target and they still had them. Like, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll get one for Mrs. Shipwreck so she can play that Rune Factory game as well.
And that's a Harvest Moon game?
Similar, but it's like an action RPG as well. So it's much more a full RPG experience than a farming experience. So you guys have been heavy into the Rune Factory for years, right?
I played Rune Factory 7.
I got a whole room back here just filled with runes. It's like pouring out of the fucking room, the closet.
So I think Nintendo did well with the Switch 2. If it's like slight improvements on the Switch, right? Like, it's little things that are quality of life improvements. Like, you can now charge from the top or the bottom of it. So like when
it's like a cell phone upgrade.
Right. That's exactly like a needed cell phone upgrade. Definitely my family has been playing it a lot more than the Switches here of like over the past like year or so, because everything just runs so slow on a Switch. I have not tried out Fortnite yet on that. but I have confidence that this thing can run Fortnite.
I'm pretty sure it can run Fortnite just fine.
Yeah. So Switch 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the Switch 2. It's not that exciting, I guess, but it's.
I'm looking forward to Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Although I saw the amiibo with Donkey Kong and Pauline, which looks cool. $30 for the amiibo. We are
markup on that?
There.
That's like it's the tariffs, I think.
It is. Way to go to the 77 million dickheads.
Can't even have amiibos.
Amiibos, ruined amiibos.
Right, ruined amiibos. Thanks
to the 77 million assholes.
All right, let's move on to the new releases. I played one of these new releases. Can you guess which one?
Hey,
Gex Trilogy.
It's not Gex Trilogy.
FBC Firebreak.
That's the one.
Hey, on the vest.
That's the Remedy extraction shooter.
I know that it's on Game Pass. So,
and I believe the PlayStation version of Game Pass, whatever that may be called.
Yes,
not 100% sure.
PlayStation Medium.
I think it is. Yeah. Anyway, so this is from the people who make Alan Wake and Control.
Okay.
And I believe it seems to take place in the Control universe, if I'm not mistaken. They charge $40 for this game. Interesting. I was not sure if how this game was presenting itself, but now I see on this outline that they charge $40, which is surprising because there is just not a lot in this game. Even from the time that it loads up and it's like teaching you, it's giving you this tutorial. It just comes across like an unfinished game. Like it has for a game that's trying to sell itself on the look of the game and like the character and the world building, there's like just none of that. Like when the game launches and you're learning how to play it, it's another one of these games that's not going to be around too long, I think. It's just another like an opportunist type of game, like where they said, oh, these games are hot right now, we should make one of these as fast as possible. Comes across like that.
Got it.
Which is sad because
it's supposed to be like a Left 4 Dead style game.
I mean, I played a few different levels. Yeah, it's a co-op extraction shooter. That's like the Helldivers 2 genre. That's what we call it. That's so. Of course, companies like, oh, we got to make one of these. We see this one made so much money, we can make one too. But it has like nothing in common with Helldiver in terms of like, when you boot up Helldiver for the first time, you're immediately like, holy shit, this is interesting. And like, I'm into this world. It's like a cool, funny world. And I want to see more of it. And this game, you can't even remember the fucking name of this game after you play it. FBC Firebreak? Like, what is that? It's bullshit. Anyway, I'm not mad at the game, but I was disappointed.
You gonna try out this new Tron game? I know you're a big Tron fan.
Yeah, what is this? I don't even know about
this. This is a new
Bithell
games.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Isometric action adventure.
Oh, there's action in it. I don't know.
I know there's light cycles in it.
Is it getting good reviews? Let's see.
I don't know.
They
usually make good games.
Yep.
It is?
Well, I mean, they usually make good games.
Got 3.5. Oh, 69% on Metacritic. Nice. All right.
Feels like something you should
like Tron.
Check out. You like Tron a lot.
You know, it was a great game.
Tron
Deadly Discs on Intellivision.
Sure.
That was really good. You could really hurt your thumb playing that game. You could really just like sand down the skin. So that's out this week. What else we got here?
The Alters is supposed to be pretty good. That's also on Game Pass.
Yeah, what kind of game is that?
It's like a survival game where you have clones of yourself and you're basically base building with your clones. Like that's me dumbing down the description of a game I haven't played. But it's supposed to be very good.
Oh, I'm checking that one. The Alters?
The Alters, yeah. That's on Game Pass.
84. You don't see a lot of 84s recently.
Nope.
I mean, it's basically 75 and below. All right, cool. I got to check that out.
Yep. Yeah,
But
people
maybe I
seem
won't
to
like
be
it.
really into it.
Do I have to study a lot to learn how to play that game? Is that one of those?
That's what I was going to say. I don't know how much investment it requires, but if you want to be the guinea pig, go to town.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that with the Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you have to study much for Gex Trilogy.
Right.
Drop right into that.
Not that excited about that, though.
You're not? You think this references hold up?
Excuse
me. I mean, I don't remember them. What was he joking about?
There's some. By the time you got to Gex 3, you were into the Matrix. A lot of Matrix references. There's gonna be a lot of movie
pop
references.
Culture, a lot of pop culture.
Pop culture. Okay. There was some like James Bond stuff. Yeah, that first Gex game not very good. The 2 and 3 are all right. When I played them in like 1996.
I'm sure they hold up great. Let's get on to Wombat's fortnightly news.
It was a big day in Fortnite.
Yep. What happened?
The 3 new Fortnite modes came out. The biggest one being Blitz Royale, which is a version of Battle Royale, the classic Fortnite that we all know and love. But it's 40 people instead of 100 people, and games do not take any longer than 5 minutes.
Wow.
So
that's
it's
fast.
Feels like we're in the end game here.
Very fast pace. I played 4 games before.
Guys, the user base is down. We need to make it so this game doesn't take long to play. People are not interested.
Well, I think it's more for the phone, right? Was it?
It's designed to be played. On
it's
the
so
phone.
You can on the toilet.
Exactly. It is so you can play Fortnite while pooping, which is fine. Yeah, they released that. They released a new Lego mode, which is like it's like a PvE style. I don't know. You do missions. I tried it. I wasn't too thrilled with it. Yeah. I don't know why they made this a Lego mode. I'm assuming because they have that deal with Lego and they have to show that they're spending their money wisely. This probably isn't it, but what can you do? And they also got rid of Team Rumble and replaced it with something called, I think it's called like Training Ground, which is essentially just Team Rumble. So
okay, I was gonna say, why would you get rid of Team Rumble?
They replaced it with I think they really
just renamed
changed.
It. They just rebranded.
It. Yeah, they rebranded Team Rumble as something new. They added a free skin if you get 10 levels, which is always nice. And the Festival Pass, the new music Festival Pass launched today as well with Bruno Mars in the Die with a Smile blue cowboy suit.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Didn't really move the needle for me there.
No, I actually kind of like the Bruno Mars skin.
Okay.
I have it.
You would.
I have it. So.
Is it because he's short?
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, there's a problem. Is there a problem with that?
No.
Although I think they make him taller for the game. I bet he is. There is an emote that shows you how tall the character is. I should see how tall they made him because I'm curious.
It just made his hat really big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Like the characters are at different heights?
Yeah.
Isn't that better to play with a shorter character? Like,
I mean, that's why
advantage.
that's why a lot of the pro players use like the female skins because they're petite. Yeah.
But it sounds like Bruno Mars might be the way to go.
Bruno Mars might be the way to go. You can play with or without his hat. So maybe it's like no hat Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. All right.
Report back.
Yeah. What else we got here? There was the Xbox Games Showcase. I did not attend virtually or
I watched the whole thing after the fact. I did watch the whole thing after the fact. I didn't watch it live. I watched it later. I pulled a cheapie. I'm like, I want to watch this in 4K HDR. I'm going to watch it after.
Yeah.
Instead of while they're live streaming it.
Smart.
Yep. It was kind of cool. Because I got my fancy new TV, so you got to do things that way.
What were the highlights?
I watched it a week ago, and I have no idea.
Nothing. No highlights.
They introduced the. Do you call it the ROG or ROG? The handheld thing.
Oh, it's the Republic of Gamers. That's what that stands for. By the way,
that stands for.
I call it the ROG.
ROG.
Hi.
Yes, Xbox Ally handheld. So
is that for Pride Month? Is that why they call it the Ally?
Yeah. It comes in rainbow. Let's see. They showed
that looks tempting to me.
Yeah, because it's going to be $1,000 to play the Xbox games you could play at home.
Well, I'm going to use this thing at home too, to be clear. But
you think he's bringing that in public with him?
What are you going to do with it?
What am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
What can't you do with it?
I'm in that ecosystem. I'm in the ecosystems that this thing has.
I understand. So am I, but it doesn't mean that I need that thing.
I didn't say I need it. I said it was something that I'm interested in that I will probably buy.
I take it back.
He's subscribing to its newsletter. That's all.
Right. There's a difference between needing and wanting here. Like it's something that I have. Like I would like to mess around with it. I think. Yeah. It's the handheld that has all my games on it already. Right. So. Yeah. It's a different thing.
What are you going to do with it though? Like, what's like the real use scenario?
Oh, it's
look at this.
Playing 10 minutes of something before I fall asleep.
Right
in bed. That's the scenario.
Okay, cool. Good scenario. Sounds good to me.
Yep.
You also have let's see, you got the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 with the guy from Heroes in it. Remember the show Heroes?
Yeah, which guy?
The main guy.
There's a lot of guys.
The guy who was also in Gilmore Girls and This Is Us.
No, which guy though? It doesn't help me at all. I don't watch any of those shows. I watch Heroes though.
Yeah.
You mean the villain?
No, the main hero guy.
Oh, the cop?
Pete. No, not the cop.
Who was Pete?
I don't know. Van 086 is saying it was Pete.
I don't even remember.
Peter. Yeah.
I don't remember that show.
That was a good first season. Let's see, you got Clockwork Revolution, which is a steampunk game. You got Gears of War Reloaded, which is remastered Gears of War, which comes out later this year.
When's the new Halo game coming out? Are you gonna make one of those?
Looking at the list of games here.
You got Grounded 2, because I know how much you like Grounded. Ninja Gaiden 4, The Outer Worlds 2.
All right.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Pro Ska.
Yep. That one. I played the demo for that.
Yeah, me too.
They didn't screw it up.
There you go.
It controls correctly. The graphics look good. The demo was disappointing in that it's just free skate on 2 levels. I'm like, hey, if we're gonna get this demo and it's on Game Pass already, like just let me play those levels in full and get all the collectibles and get started. Like, I think they would have been better off doing that and getting people like hooked on their save file.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, like that's the move, is to like get a save file in place, so that people are like, oh, I already started this.
Invested.
Yeah, I'm invested now. I've gotten one like stat point that I've applied. So I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
Do we know, is Spider-Man in it or not? Or is that Wolverine?
I mean, 3 would have been, it's been too long. I don't know. Spider-Man would have been like in 2. Yeah. I think Wolverine was 3.
Is it Wolverine? Yeah. No Wolverine though, right? Not going to be in it.
I don't know. Doom Guy's going to be in it. There's a lot of new cameos, I think, coming to this, and new levels.
We'll see what happens.
So I'm excited. I will play a lot of that game.
When's that coming out?
Maybe on a ROG Ally.
ROG.
Those roll off the tongue really gracefully.
ROG Ally. That's my favorite Jewish dessert.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I love chocolate ROG.
Have you seen the that soccer game that's coming out? But it's like a third person. It's like Overwatch in that you just play as one player, and like it's like 3-on-3 online soccer like team called.
I'm good.
It sounds familiar. Yeah,
it's made by the people who made Sifu, I think. Sifu soccer game. Is that what it's called? Rematch. It's called.
Yeah, that is what it's called. Yep.
So you just play as one. It looked cool. Like, look, you know, I like those.
That's on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's coming to Game Pass. So I'm looking forward to that. I clicked the whatever button you clicked, so you get reminded to play it later or some shit. Are we done with the Xbox stuff or?
Unless you want to talk about Super Meat Boy.
I am interested in Super Meat Boy 3D.
I watched the video of it. Yeah.
There's also Invincible, the comic book character / Amazon TV show. He's getting his own fighting game.
That didn't look that good to me.
You got High on Life 2.
Okay.
I don't like that.
And a handful of other things.
I could play High on Life 2. I played through the first one. Other than my save file glitched on the final boss.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Beast of Reincarnation. That one looked cool too.
Which one?
Beast of Reincarnation. I think that's what it's called.
Oh.
I feel like there's one of these games that we don't know much about yet that's new. One of them will probably be something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
One of them will be a game that a year from now we're gonna be like, you know what, the best, like South of Midnight, which I don't. Did you start that yet, GP?
I should though. I could. It could happen. It could happen. I'm not opposed to that, of course.
It's so good. I finished that game.
What else we got here? Oh, this one was kind of expected, I guess, that Bungie announced that they're going to delay Marathon, just based on the feedback that they got. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out this fall, and now they say they're going to give us an update in the fall about when it's going to come out. Mm-hmm. But this is another extraction shooter. Another game where they're like, oh, we gotta make an extraction shooter, I guess, which is
people like this one.
These reactive type of game development, I feel, is not really working for the industry. Like,
well, isn't that how it's always been? It's always been a reactive industry.
I guess
it's a reactive industry until someone makes something else for them to react to.
I think that there's just so many games coming out.
And TV too.
But there's just so many games coming out now, and there's just so much, like, there's not that much available attention anymore. Like, there's just so many things vying for everybody's attention. And so, like, they try to lock in on, like, one thing that got popular. It's not, like, again, like, Helldivers is not popular because it's an extraction genre game. It's popular because they did something different that other games didn't do before, and that was come up with, like, a multiplayer game with, like, a real big personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
that was so fun to play.
That's fun, and just, like, the focus is on the fun and the personality, and as opposed to...
And the only cutscene is when you first boot up the game and you never see it again.
Right. And even with that, it's a good cutscene, though.
It's a good cutscene. It's fun... It's the only one.
And it sets the tone immediately of the game. I'm like, hey, oh, this is what we're doing. We're doing this fun thing, as opposed to KFC Firefight or whatever that game was called. I already forgot. The Remedy game. Like, it doesn't have even that, like, a cutscene to say, like, this is the world you're in. This is what we're, like, it's just, like, jump right into a tutorial. Like, it's weird. So I think, it's part of what is, like, I feel like is killing gaming for maybe older people like me, where it's like everything's derivative and doesn't even seem to pick up on, like, the main, they're not copying the right things, right? Like, copy the person, like, make a game that has a lot of personality. Like, don't focus on, like, whether the goal is extraction or, you know, just doing a body count. Like, anyway, fuck these, like, these types of games. What else we got here?
I was sent a code for a game called God of Weapons.
Good name. I like that.
It's a small game made by a small team. It's on, I think, every console. I'm playing it on the Xbox. I think it's like $9. It's like a Vampire Survivors. It's a Survivor style game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Survivor style game, but it also has a really cool mechanic where between each level you can buy your weapons that go around your guy, but they have to fit in your Resident Evil 4 style briefcase.
Okay.
You know, so it has that little puzzle. So it has like quick levels as opposed to Vampire Survivors, where it's like one big one. It's like a handful of small things, and in between each small level, you arrange your briefcase with your different weapons, and you can sell back a weapon to get like a magic version of the same thing. And it's fun. It's a little addictive. It's fast. You're not going to play it for more than like 20 minutes at a time, but it's cute for what it is. It does a good job of what it does. It's not pixel graphics, so it's different looking. There's a bunch of unlockable character types. It's cute. It does a good job for a small game with a small team. If you're looking for a survivors game that'll scratch that itch, this will probably make you happy.
Cool. God of Weapons.
God of Weapons. Yeah.
All right then.
I give it a thumbs up for, bite-size games. Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's get to the CAG bag. There's a bunch of stuff here. I got these from Bluesky. Mentasm. I remember you, Mentasm. He says, in my opinion, 2025 may be a contender for the best year for gaming in our lifetime. It is. So many fantastic and innovative games out. I just was shitting on all this, but okay. Blueprints, Expedition 33, The Altars. What was your guys' favorite year in gaming? Go. Name a year.
This year.
1984 was fucking sick, man.
Was it better than 1985?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's hard to answer that question, but I do stand by what I said earlier, in that it's hard for me to get excited. Like Blueprints, I heard everybody talking
I played so much Blueprints.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Did you really? You never once talked about it.
Oh, really? I thought I did.
Never, right, Chip?
He talked a little bit of it, but I don't remember anything about it.
I played so much Blueprints.
Oh, yeah?
Really? I feel like you never, you maybe mentioned that you were playing it, but never
I stopped playing it because I was like, this is because I know that to really finish it, it takes hundreds of hours of figuring and puzzle solving, and I'm like, I don't have the patience for it. But I do appreciate how inventive and unique that game is, and I do really like it. I just can't.
Right. I mean, when I heard about it, it was getting a lot of hype, and then when I heard more that you really need to take notes while you play.
Oh yeah, no, it is the anti-chibi game.
And I was like,
I think you should download it and try it, but it is the anti-chibi game.
This is the game that I really would have liked when I was 13.
This is
right?
this is a teenager's game. This is a game where if I was in college and this game came out, we would be talking about it every day. It would be when you get into
the notebook, carry around.
So I figured out the code to the boiler room. It matches the code in the laboratory, and if you hit this button and this button at the same time, it opens the garage. I'm
too old for notes. Too old to take notes in the game.
Yeah, it is. It's not a game for me anymore, but
you can appreciate it. How many hours would you say you played? Because I
honestly couldn't tell you. It probably isn't that much. I mean, for all I know, it's 10 hours, but because you only play it for 45 minutes at a time.
Yeah. I think I actually downloaded it and then was reading about it. I was like, oh man, I don't want to.
It's worth your time.
I should check it out just to see what it is.
Just to see what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I should.
Because there's no other game really like it.
I think 2011 was it.
Okay. Give us what happened in 2011.
2011 was Portal 2.
Was what? Portal 2. Okay.
Portal 2, Batman Arkham City, Zelda Skyward Sword, Skyrim, Dead Space 2, Gears of War 3.
Whoa.
Deus Ex, Human Revolution, Saints Row the Third.
Whoa.
Mortal Kombat when they came back out with
the new Mortal Kombat.
The new Mortal Kombat. Infamous 2, Mass Effect 2.
Whoa.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Whoa. Is that right? Is this an AI answer?
2011 was a
okay.
strong year that they've been trying to replicate for a long time, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think they've come close. That's quite the fucking lineup right there.
I left a lot off too.
Skyrim,
right?
Mass Effect 2, and even Saints Row the Third is enough to be that's a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Man. What else we got here? Okay, this was interesting. I actually haven't thought about the answer yet. Caster Garden asks, what is an item you have that has no tech, so no power button, no electrical power, etc., that brings you the most joy in life?
And not people?
An item.
You consider people items?
Wombat has pulled out a dildo that looks like he...
it's my stress ball.
A stress ball brings you joy? That's a big stress ball.
I know. Isn't it gigantic? It's obnoxiously large.
Right. It's a lot of stress.
It is. Welcome to my life. No, I don't think it's my stress ball. That's a good question.
No tech. I'm a ping pong paddle. Is that a good answer?
I mean, that's where I was heading. I was saying either going to go basketball or baseball glove.
Right. And the ping pong paddle, you can shove up your ass if you need to in a pinch. Travesty in the chat says his bong. Yeah. Solid answer. No tech.
No tech.
No e-bongs.
I like my Adirondack chair in the backyard.
That's a chair, has no tech.
The thing is, I like to sit in my chair while drinking a cup of coffee.
No
like
tech.
In the morning, I like to sit in my Adirondack chair in the backyard and drink a cup of coffee. No, just listening to the birds. Like, does my bird feeder count?
Does it have tech in it?
Nope. It's just a piece
It's
of
not a
plastic
smart bird feeder?
Nope.
I want to get one of those, but I feel like the
We have
squirrels...
We have a smart bird feeder.
How do you keep the squirrels away?
We don't have a ton of squirrels, and then they go for the ones that aren't the smart ones, because the smart one goes up like really high on a pole.
Yeah.
You'd have to really work for the smart one. So
I feel like squirrels, these Long Island squirrels, man.
You're in a little bit different environment. Yeah.
Squirrel land. And bunnies
lots
too.
Of rabbits.
So many bunnies now.
Yeah, we've got a lot of rabbits.
It's new for us. Like, there were no rabbits.
The other day, I walked out of my house to go to Orange Theory, and there was a rabbit digging a hole in my front yard, which was new. I never in the front. Oh, maybe in the back.
Yeah.
But in the front, digging a hole, and I got like a foot away from it, and was like just close enough to be like, "What are you doing?" And then the rabbit ran away, and then I kind of checked to see how far along it was in the hole to make sure there was nothing in it.
What are they doing with a hole? Why does a rabbit dig a hole?
Where they have their babies.
Yeah, to have babies in.
Oh.
So first I checked to see that there were no babies already in there, and there wasn't. The rabbit had just started digging when I scared it away, and I just patted it down. But I was like, ooh. I did check.
We had a rabbit family live under our little deck in the backyard. They set up shop under there, and they had babies. Mm-hmm. And I made videos of the babies, and they're eating my grass.
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, I don't think I asked ChatGPT if it was bad if rabbits are living there, and it said not really. They don't really do much.
But
they don't do much. Yeah,
you want possums and bats.
But yeah, the bats will eat the mosquitoes.
Yeah, so will possums.
We have possums for sure.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Those are ugly as fuck.
They are, but they're environmentally friendly.
I judge
more so than raccoons, because raccoons can get rabies.
We have those too.
Yeah, I know. We have a lot of raccoons.
Ship, what was your answer for your item? Basketball? Your basketball?
Yeah, I probably basketball. Like, I can't think of anything else. Like, by tech, it's like anything that plugs in.
Yeah.
Right?
Power, that uses power.
Uses power.
Yeah. So even like a record player, you can't.
Right. That's because that was going to be where I was going.
Unless it has a crank. You have one of those with a crank?
I do not.
Phonograph.
Yeah, you got one of them phonographs?
I might have to invest in one of those.
A phonograph?
Like a good investment. That way, if the power goes out, I can still listen to the records.
Yes. I did order a portable turntable that I can use for scratching. A digital one, though. It's just like a self-contained thing. So when the power goes off,
good.
I can cut it up.
You're covered.
Or on the train, on the Long Island Railroad, I could scratch. And
I think people would enjoy that.
Well, I have headphones on. I wouldn't be an asshole like everyone else on the Long Island Railroad. People have full-blown conversations on their cell phone, on the commuter train, like getting into fights with their boyfriend or girlfriend. Just like, you can't get into the fight when you get off the train. You just want everybody to hear. Like,
fill the time.
I mean, look at your phone like everybody else. Scroll through some nonsense like everybody, like a normal person. Or the people who like just watch or scrolling through fucking videos on their phone with no headphones on while they're sitting on the train. Like, who are you? What's wrong with people? Anyway, Clicksby writes in and says, it's not a question, but I've listened to every single CAGcast episode over the last 20 years, and you guys make me laugh so much. Thank you.
Dude, just stop.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. You should probably skip a few. Mm-hmm. Like this one. Too late. Oh well. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, Clicksby and everybody else. Happy Father's Day. We didn't tell everybody Happy Father's Day.
Did you get anything?
Oh, I forgot my prop and everything. I didn't get anything, but I did buy a new console that came out. That's a sequel to an existing console. It's really an incremental upgrade.
Okay.
It's got a lot in common with what you got, Chip, but it's the MetaQuest 3.
What is that?
That's that's the new Quest thing that came out last year. It's the VR headset.
You know, what's funny is I was getting alerts on my phone that you were on VR.
Right. Like, why the fuck is he doing?
I was like, it must be, I thought it was your son.
It could have been because he's been using it too, but could have been me. The ping pong game is really good on that thing. Like it's even better than before. Like you can now, it's got mixed reality. So I can put a ping pong table in any room and play against somebody online and just see like your whole room around it. So you don't have to worry about bumping into shit anymore. I mean, it still has all like the boundary shit built in, but you can see everything. So you can place the table perfectly. Anyway, I have friends to play with. And so I got it. And it's fun.
Good.
And it's the frame rate is higher, the graphics are better, so it's an incremental upgrade. It's not a huge upgrade over the Quest 2. It's really, I feel like it's very similar to the Switch 2. Like everything runs quicker, but it's not like, it's clearly just a small upgrade and probably working as intended for the first one. Like, you know how like the Quest 2, it has pass through.
But unlike the Switch 2, you can't put like an SD card in that, right?
But why would I need to do that?
So you could download more games to it?
It has 512 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, of storage, which is a lot. I mean, the games are bigger. The games are bigger because it's more resolution. That would have been plenty on the Quest 2, but yeah, I don't know. I'm supposed to get the Batman game for free, but I haven't gotten the code yet. It's supposed to be good. I'll check that out. But I really just got it to play table tennis. It's so good with like the better graphics and the better frame rate. And it's getting too hot to play in real life in the club because the air conditioning sucks in there. And it's going to be 90 degrees or 100 degrees like next week. Huge heat wave coming. Everybody stay safe out there. Stay hydrated.
Did you get anything, Chip?
Oh, I didn't get anything. The point was I didn't get anything, so I bought that for myself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what
I got a Kleenex box cover that looks like an NES.
That's good.
Yep. So I should have brought that over, but it's back there somewhere.
Cool.
What about you?
I got polo shirts.
Nice. You don't even play polo.
I know. They're real ones too. They're Ralph Lauren from the Ralph Lauren store.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah, they're like fancy shirts, but they're mediums.
Nice.
So I can't gain any more weight. Otherwise, I won't be able to wear my fancy shirts.
Right.
I'm also afraid to wear them because I'm afraid I'm going to get a stain on them and ruin them.
Right.
So
that is stressful.
It is.
All right. I think we covered everything pretty much. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bread's done.